Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Someone's lying. And I'm talking about the attack on Sevastopol, which occurred last night, where two Russian vessels were damaged, one landing ship and a submarine that were docked in the harbor. Now, what happened here? The Russians come and say, we know how those missiles and who sent them. And remember, there were 10 missiles, and we didn't know what kind of missiles were, and 3 sea drones. The Russians claimed that they downed 7 out of 10, and 3 missiles hit targets, it seems like. And the Russians also said that they destroyed the 3 sea drones. Okay, and I made a video about this earlier today, and I claimed that those were Western-made missiles. They were not Ukrainian missiles. Sure, here they come. They tell us they were, as I said in that video, they were Storm Shadow missiles, British missiles. Those are launched, as far as I remember, out of now from Soviet planes. I think it's the Sukhoi 24, if I remember correctly, Sukhoi 24 or 25. That's where they were attached. They were fit the platform to be launched, something like that. Remember, my point here is they are launched with a fighter jet, with a jet. They're not surface to surface. It is air to surface. Okay, so they should be on a plane and then launch from there and destroy a target. These are the Storm Shadow, as far as I remember. So let me show you what these guys are saying first, which is the Ukrainska Pravda. And here it is. Ukrainska Pravda reports, today, September 13th, 2023, Sevastopol residents help launch strike on Russian fleet, resistance forces. I don't think these resistance forces, okay, from Sevastopol, with the help of those guys, helped destroy those 2 vessels with Storm Shadows. But I didn't say Storm Shadows, you'll see. Representatives of the Atesh underground resistance movement said they launched a missile strike on Russian fleet in Sevastopol. And then what's after that? Period. Point. Dot. The end of the statement. There's nothing else. So they say this supposed resistance. I think they just want to create panic. That's why. Hey, it's among us. That's what it is. Anyway, that's a lie. Representatives of. I'm gonna tell you why. They don't have the means. They don't have airplanes. Who launched them? From what? From Sevastopol? From Crimea? Where did you launch them from? Underground resistance movement. Underground where? In Ukraine? Or in Crimea? Oh, sorry, Crimea is Ukraine, so you know what I mean, right? They launched a missile strike. And then it says the same. The report says that the members of the underground resistance movement have been actively working to identify important military targets of the Russians over the past week. The movement also thanked Sevastopol residents for send data, photos, and coordinates with valuable information on the daily basis. Agents from various fields, now it is different agents, right? Involved civilians, military personnel of the Russian Black Sea Fleet, and employees of the repair plant. The last stage of repair of one of the targets were held there. Okay, they try to make it like, hey, it's among you guys. You have traitors. Could be. I mean, I'm pretty sure they are. But they didn't launch anything. They don't have the means. The Ukrainians launched with these guys' help. But we're not going to go to that, because if you remember, the first sentence was what? Representatives of the Atesh underground resistance movement said they launched, all right, the missile strike. Okay, so that's the first point. The second one is this, and you can say, well, it doesn't come from accredited sources. Well, however you want to take it, Russia Today. Why should I believe Ukrainska Pravda and not believe these guys? Because why? Oh, those guys are the good ones? Okay. So, again, from the same date of 13 September, Ukraine used British missiles to attack Russian port. Sky News reported. So it's not even Russia Today. Russia Today just reports what Sky News says. So who's lying? Ukrainska Pravda, Russia Today can't, because they just use Sky News or Sky News. There were foreign missiles. They were not Ukrainian missiles, Ukrainian-made missiles. and they were launched by the military, not by a 3 guys, a goat, and 5 doves, how they communicate with one another. Come on. The UK outlet claimed that Storm Shadow cruise missiles were fired at Sevastopol. Storm Shadow missiles provided to Kiev by London earlier this year were used to attack the shipyard in Crimea, Sky News reported on Wednesday, citing unnamed Western and Ukrainian sources. The claim has not been officially confirmed. Weasels. 3 unidentified missiles struck the shipyard repair facility in Sevastopol in the early hours of Wednesday, damaging a landing ship and a submarine currently in dry dock and starting a fire at the facility. 4 of the 24 people injured in the attack were reported to be in serious conditions. The Russian defense minister said there were 10 of them and 7 were intercepted. So, the outlet also quoted Admiral, right here, I'm quoting, it was Storm Shadow, and quote, an unnamed source told Sky News, which called the strikes audacious. Well, they were successful, partly. The outlet also quoted Admiral Sir Ben Key, the head of the Royal Navy, who was asked about the attack during a weapons fair in London. Key praised Ukraine's quote-unquote innovative thought processes, and a willingness to take risk, and some really significant adaptations of tactics, techniques, and capabilities, not weapons. Anyway, but it's innovative thought. He did not comment on the Storm Shadow claim, however, neither did the British Defense Ministry. Well, the Ukraine confirmed back on May that it had provided Ukraine with an unspecified number of air-launched, right here, cruise missiles. Air. You need an airplane, Atesh, Balesh, Kapalesh, which have a range of up to 300 kilometers, which is 200 miles. Okay, my friends, you believe whatever you want, but remember this one right here, the first claim. Representatives of the Atesh underground resistance movement said they launched a missile. That's false, I think. But hey, and to make it even nicer, I will show you who Atesh is. I mean, what Atesh is, according to Wikipedia, so it's not me dreaming. Here it is. Atesh, Crimean Tatar, means fire. Ukrainian bababab, is a military partisan movement in the occupied territories of Ukraine. Occupied meaning Crimea, Donetsk, Luhansk, Kherson, and so on, right? Kharkiv. Now, in this case, do they have storm shadows? They don't. But that's by an unanimous guy, so we should also keep that. And it says, as well as in the territory of Russia, created by Ukrainians at Crimean Tatars. This is just because the defense minister of Ukraine was appointed now to be a Tatar, and now they're going to go with that, thinking that they will rally the Tatars in the Crimea and they will overthrow Putin. So idiotic. But anyway, so what's going on here? An unnamed source tells Sky News, credible source, right, that it was a storm shadow. The other one says, no, we did it. It's impossible to do it, my friends, unless you use, I don't know, something like that. It's impossible for you. Ballistic missiles, how did you launch them? From your ass? Yeah, as a fart? I don't think so. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.